difficult year under Mourinho, a year that they have not achieved the great heights that they perhaps hoped. A year where Mourinho said right from the start he wouldn't hide behind any words. A year where he felt that they should be challenging from the Premier League. But ultimately, in their 64th game, going for a major European final, they had an identity. And that's very, very important. No matter whether you like it or not, whether other people or fans of other clubs are at home thinking, that was boring. It's an identity. You know, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, there are different ways to win games. And this is a Mourinho way to win, and the players executed it to a T. Defensively, I thought Valencia was brilliant at right back. And in the midfield, they had all we already highlighted Pogba, but Herrera was great, and Fellaini played his part too. Yeah, they had all the answers. They played to their strengths. They made Ajax play in a style that really suited what they were set up to do. Everything was into the centre of the park. They pushed them in towards that area, and then they were just magnificent when it came in there. Herrera was into the tackle. Fellaini played his part. Pogba obviously having the class and the skill and the little touches around about there. But just a fantastic performance. And like I say, words can't say how much it means to Jose Mourinho. His tactics in this game were spot on. The way that he set his team up, and just the intensity, KJ, defensive intensity was incredible and fully deserved.
And we talked a lot about pre-game, the difficulties for everybody in Manchester leading up to this game. It means an awful lot for the city right now.
It's wonderful to see people connected to that magnificent northwest city that we've all got strong links to, smiling. At least for a brief moment they'll smile. You know, right now the people there are smiling. The 9,500 plus United fans who went over there said they were very concerned to show any kind of positive emotion in a very, very traumatic time. Right now, this is what we lean on sports for. Life can be very cruel, tragic times, very difficult times. This is what sport's about. It is bringing you the distraction from real life. It isn't about life or death. It's about enjoying your moment, getting behind your team and enjoying those moments like this, and winning something is very important. And at this time, it'll bring great satisfaction to some people. Others, of course, deeply, deeply affected. Our thoughts and prayers are with those during that tragic time as well.
Yeah, we saw in the last few days how such tragedy can galvanise a city, and I felt like it galvanised this team, KJ, today. They really wanted this. I think that was a little bit in the back of their minds. They wanted this for their city, for their people. They played with that kind of intensity. Sometimes when you have that common goal, however it comes out of such heartache, it can give you that little bit extra, and they played like they had a little bit extra out there. Actually, it was like men against boys at times out there. Obviously, Ajax are a wonderful side with some great young players, but no match for Manchester United today. They just wanted it more, and they were way more prepared.
It's a great point you make, that, because when they went over the line, we highlighted the 30 seconds right from kickoff at half-time. It could have gone the other way. We understand from a footballing terms, Luke, the magnitude of the game. They understand financially 50 million on the line, the attraction of players they can now go get, the advancement to the group stage of the Champions League. All of that from a footballing term, in the footballing life, in the bubble that can sometimes provide you a sport, is very important. But in recent moments, on the last 48 hours, has become utterly meaningless in terms of the importance of life. And if they'd gone over the white line and struggled today and been able to do a really difficult time to be able to put in a performance because they tried too hard based on that, we could never have sat here and criticised them for it. But they went the other way, and they were by far and away the deserved winners.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, Case, because I'm obsessed with starts of games, because I think every performance comes for that first 30 seconds, 1 minute of the game, and they set the tone right at the start. Pressed them really high, showed that intensity, scored their goal, sat back. You know, that was the game plan. Played the long balls, waited on their opportunities, knew that the Ajax were vulnerable in certain areas and really capitalised on the areas, and completely deserved.
Manchester United will lift the Europa League trophy in a few minutes' time. We will get you back to Friends Arena in Stockholm next. Manchester United celebrating winning the Europa League. They are into the Champions League for next season, and they will go straight into the group stage as well. Pogba scored the first goal 18 minutes in. Mkhitaryan made sure, doubling the advantage just after half-time. It's been a great year for Ajax in this tournament. They've turned a lot of heads with their young team, but ultimately falling short today. And Pogba was magnificent.
Ajax will be very disappointed, Luke, to concede a goal from a set play. Look, they were not in the final. United dominated a lot of the game, and they had that physicalness that they bullied them a little bit, having that presence in midfield, with Pogba and Fellaini and Smalling, I thought make a big difference, particularly on the goal. But Stephen, to give away a goal from a set piece, they'll be very disappointed about.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed with their overall performance, KJ. You just want to play to your maximum in a cup final. That's the most important thing. When you're thinking before the game, all you want is to give your best performance individually and collectively and as a team, and I don't think many, if any, Ajax players can say that today. But what I will say is that the young lads that they have there, they have wonderful careers ahead of them, and they'll have learnt so much. When they're in their hotel room tonight, they'll be so disappointed, but they'll think back on this day and it'll stand them in great stead for the rest of their careers. It may not be together at Ajax for too long, but they're going to go into some great things. Kasper Dolberg, an example of that. Really poor game. He'll be so disappointed. It'll take him a long time to get over it, but when he thinks about it and he reflects on this performance, he'll be even more prepared for when he gets his move.
Let's head back to the stadium. Paul Pogba has been given his reaction.
Thanks very much, Jake. Henrik Paul. It was a long road, it's a long battle, but you've got the prize.
We started for this. We knew we were going to play Europa League. The objective was to win. The goal was to win the Europa League. We did it all along, all the way to here, to Stockholm, and we did it. So we're very proud. We're very proud. Nobody can talk. They say we had a bad season, but the prize is here. So, well, for us, we done it great. We had 3 trophies. We enjoy it now.
That opening goal was crucial to take control of the game, because that was a great start for United.
Yeah, of course. The start was very important. We scored very early, so we helped the team to settle down a bit. We start playing a bit backward. Then after we scored the second one with Mickey. And after we controlled the game, we defend, and everybody was very focused. And we did a great performance with the whole team.
Henrik.
Ajax getting their medals right now as we take you back to the stadium. Tony Jones.
Manchester United, the Champions League winner with Ajax too. Trophy tantalisingly close for Ajax. 1 or 2 just glimpsing at the silverware as they make their way past.
There'll be titles and trophies in the future for them. When you look at them, you consider their age. It was always going to be a stiff task, I felt today, and so it proved. Technically good, they had a lot of the play. United just had that little bit extra of what you call in the modern game probably game management.
A little bit more nous.
A bit more nous, exactly.
Sanchez's deflection presented Manchester United with their first goal. The shot from Paul Pogba deflected in, followed by Bertrand Traoré. Ajax not leaving the stage just yet. And here come Manchester United. And for the winners, a guard of honour as well. Being watched by David Gill and also Sir Alex Ferguson. The ultimate European winner with Manchester United. And indeed with Aberdeen before that. Michael Carrick didn't get on the pitch, but he is now the oldest winner of a Europa League at the age of 35. Carrick rewarded with a new deal. Who knows what lies in store for Wayne Rooney. And grace from Ed Woodward for Jose Mourinho. Words with UEFA President big smile on the face of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. No Stockholm finale for the Swedish international. Words from Edwin van der Sar for Daley Blind, who won 4 Eredivisie with Ajax before joining Manchester United. Ajax is in his DNA, his father having enjoyed European success with the club as well. Images to remember what has been a wonderful night for Manchester United. Hands on silverware yet again. Mkhitaryan gets congratulations, his second goal, making the job that much easier for Manchester United after Paul Pogba had given them that early lift. Soon they get the chance to lift the trophy, and as you mentioned, David, it is Wayne Rooney has collected the captain's armband off Antonio Valencia. Rooney just wiping his hands. They're ready to lift the trophy. Champions in Europe again, and for the first time ever, UEFA Europa League champions. It's Rooney who raises the trophy. Manchester United are UEFA Europa League winners 2017. A night of joy for Manchester United at the end of what has been a very difficult week for the city of Manchester. Manchester United, in so many ways, whether it be the blue or the red half of the city, given events on Monday. But now something to look forward to and to celebrate. A win in a major European competition and a place in next season's UEFA Champions League. Manchester United, UEFA Europa League winners 2017. It has been a joyous occasion in Stockholm. And from David Pleat and myself, Tony Jones, it's good night and goodbye.
So the celebrations continue for Manchester United as they get their final trophy to add to the European collection that they were missing up until this point, and maybe Wayne Rooney's farewell.
What a magnificent trophy it is to the old UEFA Cup, and for me today,
and he's done it this season. League Cup, Europa Cup, 2 trophies, 2 massive trophies, and he's achieved what he said. Champions League football obviously as well, but at the end of the day it's about winning, and he does it better than most. He wins trophies, and these are the moments that you remember. We've spoken about it already, but it's a magnificent moment to celebrate in front of your fans with a trophy. Everybody getting a shot at lifting it, and the togetherness in the team when that comes. You'll never forget these moments, no matter if you see these guys in 10, 15 years' time. You'll be able to look at each other and remember that day. This day will come flooding back at that moment.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic unable to take part today with that knee injury, of course, but he celebrates in the stadium that means so much to him. Before the presentation, we were hearing from the 2 goal scorers, Pogba and Mkhitaryan. Let's go back to that, and Henrik Mkhitaryan now with his reaction.
Henrik, your goal, of course, you've been vital in this Europa League campaign. You've scored so many precious goals here for United.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you to my teammates, because if not them, I couldn't score so much goals. I'm even happy that I scored today at the final, because everyone keep saying that you're going to score in the final, you're going to score in the final. And after the last game when we played against Celta Vigo in the second leg, I was always, every day I was dreaming to score in the final, and I did. Thanks to my teammates. I'm very happy today. I'm very excited. Nothing to say, no comments, only enjoyable.
Of course, you've claimed the Champions League place for next season. That's how important is that to Manchester United?
Yeah, of course, we're fighting in 2 ways, in the Premier League and in Europe League. In the Premier League, we couldn't have the target to go to the Champions League, but with this final, we did everything. We gave our all effort, and now we're playing in Champions League for next year.
And Paul, it's been a difficult week in Manchester for the people of Manchester. Was it difficult to focus on this game? And at least you've made some people in Manchester smile for a while tonight.
I mean, we know these things like this are very sad all over the world, not only in Manchester, in London, in Paris. So we had to focus because it was a very important game. But after the game, you know, they deserve, like Manchester. We score, we won for them. We work for them, we work for the country, because we play in Europa. So it's all over the world. So we play for the country. We play for England, we play for Manchester, and we play for them, for the people who died.
Manchester United winning the Europa League with a 2-0 victory against Ajax in Sweden, and they are qualifying for the Champions League group stage for next season. We talked about it providing a relief from what has happened over the last few days in Manchester. It matters on the pitch, it matters off the pitch as well for Manchester United as they now return to the Champions League, KJ.
Yeah, it's an enormous part of what they've achieved today, no question. You know, ultimately this is a football club that absolutely, fundamentally expects to be in the UEFA Champions League, the top table of European football. They don't just expect to be in it, they expect to be contending for it every year. They have been unable to do that because of another, for their standards, below par year in the Premier League. But it certainly adds to the fact that they get to add a nice shiny trophy to their trophy cabinet, and one they've never done before. Yeah, and this is also important for the recruitment this summer, KJ. I think obviously it's really crucial that you're playing the Champions League football to try and recruit the kind of talent that they're going to bring to the football club to then compete for Champions League titles and for Premier League titles in next season. But it's all about this day. Like I said, winning trophies is really difficult at any level, but especially at this unbelievable elite level. To win this trophy is never easy. So it's about celebrating this, enjoying it with the fans, and see what it means to the fans who've travelled far, spent a lot of money to be there, probably feeling a little bit weird to be away from their family and relatives back home, but are going to enjoy it. See Paul Pogba there dancing. He's seen a couple of examples of that, and he was magnificent today, it has to be said, KJ. He stepped up when it really mattered. A big night for Pogba and a big night for Ander Herrera, who's becoming the typical Jose Mourinho player, the leader from the front in a holding midfield role. He's brought that nastiness about his game for me that you need when you play. A lot of the times Mourinho breeds that in his players, and I thought he was brilliant. A night when Zlatan has obviously provided a lot of help to get them there, but he couldn't do it and couldn't get them over the line this time, and this time they got over the line without Zlatan in a year when they needed a lot of his goals.
Jose Mourinho makes it 4 European trophies from 4 finals for him. For Manchester United, they win their first European trophy since 2008. They are the Europa League champions.
European trophies.
Where the Manchester space for them now.